Good morning, everyone. Welcome to e-learning class of Social Science. Dear students, today we are going to start lesson 3 of History, Administration under the British. Students, today we will read from Introduction to the Pitt's India Act of 1784. East India Company comes east in the year 1600. The East India Company acquired a charter from the ruler of England, Queen Elizabeth I, granting it the sole right to trade with the East. This meant that no other trading group in England could compete with the East India Company. With this charter, the company could venture across the oceans looking for new lands from which it could buy goods at cheap price and carry them back to Europe to sell at higher prices. The British came to India as traders, but soon they occupied a large part of India. East India Company established its firm control over administration. The victory in the Battle of Buxar led to a system of dual government in Bengal. This system was introduced by the governor of Bengal, that was Robert Clive. The English East India Company became the real ruler of Bengal. English had full control over revenue collection and military administration. A small amount of revenue was given to Nawab to run the civil administration. The English had all the sources and power, but no responsibility. On the other hand, the Nawab had all the responsibilities, but no resources and power. This system of government was known as dual government. It resulted in a great misery for the people of Bengal. The system lasted till CE 1772. Bengal suffered under this system. The officials showed no mercy to the people during the famine of CE 1770, which worsens the conditions of the people. Warren Hastings became the governor of Bengal in CE 1772 and ended the dual government. He brought Bengal under the direct control of the company in CE 1773. Now we will discuss the Regulating Act of 1773. First, we will talk about the importance of the Regulating Act. You should just remember three words: regulate, recognize, and central administration. The question is, what is regulate? Regulate means the British Crown will now onwards regulate the affairs of the East India Company. Actually, the East India Company applied for a loan of a very huge amount. But the fact was that British government was able to realize that officers of the East India Company, they were becoming richer and richer, and the East India Company was not generating any revenue or profit, and even they were applying for a loan. That was the reason for the Regulating Act of 1773 came up. Second point, recognize. The East India Company was officially recognized as a political and administrative function. They had got these two roles as well, political and administrative. Third point, central administration. They were having three presidencies at Madras, Bombay and Bengal. These three presidencies were governed by separate governors. Now, here onwards, a central administration will start. So, this was the first attempt towards centralized administration. Features of the Regulating Act of 1773. Governor of Bengal was designated as the Governor General of Bengal. Warren Hastings became the first Governor General of Bengal. Governor of Bombay and Madras became subordinate. Supreme Court was established at Calcutta in 1774. This act prohibits private trade and bribe. Court of Directors will report to British government regarding revenue, civil and military affairs. This act had some defects. They are Act rendered the Governor General powerless. He had no veto power. Act was ambiguous on jurisdiction of Supreme Court and its relation with Governor General. Plight of people of India were not addressed to. The next act is Pitt's India Act of 1784. Pitt's India Act was introduced by the Prime Minister of Britain, William Pitt, in 1784. This act was introduced to remove the defects of the Regulating Act of 1773. Pitt's India Act distinguished between two important aspects. One is commercial and second one is political. Court of Directors, this existing body, will take care of commercial affairs. Now, in order to take care of political affairs, it created a new body, and that is called Board of Control. Board of Control will supervise as a whole of civil, military and revenue affairs, because these three should be reported to the British government. The significance of this act is that for the first time recognize Indian territories as British possession in India. This act resulted in dual control of British possession in India by the British government and the company, with the final authority resting with the government. This act continued in effect till 1858. So students, hope you have understood the lesson. For a better understanding, read the lesson twice and do bookwork in your books. Thank you. Have a nice day.